We know that the young people who are going to be writing and reading through this process are going to in turn be inspirations to all of us. And so the goal really, and I think the vision that I can see is that that's exactly what's going to happen, is that these early voices are going to meld with more mature voices, are going to meld with emerging voices to create a very distinctive Michigan Great Writers Project, and to be able to illustrate the very depth and breadth and potentiality of heritage in Michigan.
Money, you got lots of friends. They're crowding around your door. When they're gone and spending ends, they don't come no more. Trying to numb up the pain got me feeling insane. Been here for a while, took a break from the game, started losing myself. Mirrors ain't look the same. Swear to God at one point, couldn't come out the frame. Come out the block, couldn't come out the block. Couldn't keep it cool, calm, collect. Call phones had me on lock. 2 days felt like 2 weeks, 2 weeks too long to eat. The prolonged spit truth is this song, yeah, my mic sound vicious. Fancy flow, ambitious. Been had the torch, never conform to the mainstream. Rather rip my spleen clean out of my beam. Rather see these young queens see out of the screen. But they can't for the life of them. Cause their life is a can to Instagram fans and something your handstands keep turning for life fans. And my fan keep saying can't save them all, can. But I can't listen to them. Cause they don't understand how we doing. I seen a kid the other day who was boozing. I said put it down and he said keep it moving. Slip the soul, flip the road, put myself inside the souls of a young brother who don't even know where he came from. History classes give him passes because he's reacting to the lacks of blacks in the passages. So all he want to do is turn up. All he want to do is turn up, can't even blame him. Crooked system got him prone to prison, a prone position on the same streets that it came from. Crooked system got him prone to prison, a prone position on the same streets that it came from.
The students kind of just were able to see that they're not alone in caring and maybe wanting to take part in making some change through writing and discussion about things that they see as problematic in society. So that was nice for them to be able to come together and not be alone in the struggle.
I write about some things that go on at school, like conflicts and stuff.
I was talking to him about how important it is to express yourself and find a way to get that anger out, because if you let it bottle up inside you, these feelings, bad things are going to happen.
So everything that we look at in a term of social justice, when we take away rights or we take away equality, somebody is attempting or bullying another group. So it's good that you can see these, and then you want to connect these individual experiences and then experiences that you see happen in our time. And when you do these writings today, you never know, 20, 30 years down the road, it could be used in a classroom, you know?
It's very important to offer students the opportunity to understand the issues that exist and have existed and will continue to persist in society, to show them, but then secondly to prepare them to be able to have a voice within that system. And unfortunately, a lot of them have those feelings and they don't know what to do with them. They don't know the proper channels to express themselves. And I mean, in a city like this where everyone should be going to college because it's free, but where you see, you know, the community college, you know, not proudly presenting a 10% graduation rate a few years back, and where you see the jail steadily expanding, the juvenile system steadily expanding, when you see all of that and understand that supposedly we have the highest concentration of billionaires in Michigan, and then we additionally have the promise that we have some issues that do need to be addressed, and if you don't teach them in school how to deal with that discontent through things like this, again, they're lost before they have a chance.
As a teacher, I consider one of my primary goals to be a teacher of writing. More so than a student's ability to analyze literature, students need to know how to be able to write with a strong voice in order to succeed in college, but also in so many facets of life.
I think it's more freeing than all the other subjects, especially in school, and it helps you kind of get to know yourself and know the people around you, and like it can be used like a sort of therapy, and that's why sometimes I use it as, and that really helps a lot.
I know when I'm working with students, a lot of times their parents are afraid of what they might write because they don't know how to deal with those things. So I would say to parents, to teachers, to peers who are watching somebody write or reading what somebody is write, some of those things might end up sounding scary, or they might be really new ideas that seem a little bit frightening. And I would just say that it's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. The words are extremely powerful. And so what you never want to do is take away a tool from a student, from a person. You don't want to take away anything that's going to give them the power to express themselves, even if that expression is a little bit frightening.
Basically, writing is my stress reliever, so I do write a lot about my life and what's going on.
Whatever I'm writing about, say it's a social issue, I want them to see it in a completely different perspective, something they never thought about before, and just sort of take the issue in a new light, rather than what they're typically used to.
As a poet, as I'm writing myself out of myself. So I'm able to create a mirror on the page. This is what's happening in my head. This is how my ideas are forming. This is what I think about myself, or what I think about how the world sees me. And so when you bring that mirror onto the page, then you can move that mirror around. So it's way different than just looking at your reflection. It's actually being able to change your reflection to make it represent more of who you want to be seen as.
I'd like to say that writing is the window to the light in your eyes, so let your light shine.